Good morning, collective. So this morning we're gonna do a relationship reading. So I haven't used these decks in a while. We're gonna go old school a little bit. I had some dreams last night, and so Spirit wants me to do it this way. So take it if it fits, leave it if it doesn't. I love you so much. I hope you guys are geared up for a wonderful week. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started here. All right, let's start with the feminine energy. So this doesn't mean you got to be the girl, okay? But it is feminine energy. Reverse the roles as you need to if this is your story, okay? Put yourself where you go. What is the feminine energy? Ooh, a female is suffering from addiction. Or it doesn't have to be addiction, but it could be. But it's codependency, obsession, restraint, possession and control, and emotional block. Okay? So, feminine, you could be in a current relationship that we're about to pull here. And the female I'm tapping into, maybe you and your partner do suffer with addiction. Maybe I feel like y'all could be suffering together in some sort of addiction. And you may feel like you can't, like, I don't know, I'm feeling like this female that I'm tapping into feels like she's stuck. She feels stuck. Maybe because of the addiction, or either that, if there's no addiction, then, you just feel dependent on this masculine energy, right? You have, it's like, I don't know, maybe he takes care of, maybe he holds all the money and you just feel like you can't do anything without his permission, is what I'm getting here. But so this definitely won't be everybody's story, so take this if it resonates only, okay? Tell me about the masculine's energy. Yeah, unworthy. This masculine feels unworthy. And okay, so this masculine could have introduced you to this addiction, is what I'm hearing. He knows that he feels like you're a better person than he is. He feels like he took you down a wrong path, is what I'm hearing. He knows he took you down a wrong path, is what I'm hearing. Because he introduced you to some sort of addiction, an addictive pattern here. And he's in this energy of unworthy. So this is definitely, you guys are, if you're going to resonate, you're in a karmic relationship, okay? It feels, the energy I'm tapping into feels very heavy. You know it's toxic, is what your spirit team's coming through in a big way, because they've been talking to you about this. They've been telling you, just set yourself free. We will catch you. You gotta fall, but we're gonna catch you when you do, is what I'm getting. Okay, this masculine feels unworthy, so he wants the feminine to feel unworthy. He projects a lot of unworthiness onto this feminine. And in order to keep her there, or to keep you there, he's introduced you to some sort of addictive pattern, or some sort of like control tactic to where you feel stuck. Oh, I hate this. Tell me more. Yeah, worried about the outcome. He's got you constantly worried about the outcome while he has his cake and eats it too, right? So he could just be a habitual cheater. If there's no drug use going on between y'all, somebody there is. So I'm trying to, make it more, I'm trying to open it up to more y'all that may resonate, because not everybody's suffering with addiction in their relationship, but somebody out there is. So let's make it more of a general, Spirit's telling me. You could just be codependent, or you could be obsessed because you love this person who feels unworthy. Because he feels unworthy, he has to go out here and have all these sexual relationships with other people. He has his cake and eats it too, while he's constantly, that's the addiction for the feminine. The addiction for the feminine is worried about what he's doing 24/7, knowing he's out there acting a fool, right? But just staying in this relationship, constantly battling this masculine, right? Like knowing what he's up to, is what Spirit's saying. And the addiction part for the feminine is the worry that's coming along with, like, obsessing about, him cheating or obsessing about what he's doing, you know, obsessing about the unworthiness that this masculine projects towards you, because he feels unworthy. I just keep getting like he tries to make this feminine feel like she's less than anything. Like he's just really this. He's very. There's a lot of DV going on in this relationship. It doesn't have to be physical. It could be emotional. It could be spiritual, right? But that's his tactic. That's his tactic. He feels unworthy, so he wants to keep her obsessed. Okay? Yeah, he's very hot-tempered, and you're just constantly daydreaming about, well, you know, it's like he blows up, he's hot-tempered, he may even put his hands on you, right? And then here comes the calmness, right? After he blows up, he's got you thinking, well, someday he's going to change, right? He's made me these promises. Next time he's going to do better. He sees how much this hurts me. So how can a person who loves you see how much they're hurting you and continue to hurt you, right? Like that's your thinking. He promises he's going to do better. He promises he's not going to do A, B, or C, right? He promises he's going to control his temper. Like he makes you all these promises after a big blow up so you stay until the next time. And then there's the big blow. It's like it's a cycle that keeps repeating itself. And it's very toxic. It's very unhealthy for both of y'all, really, feminine. But feminine, you are the strong one, baby, whether you realize it or not. You are, Spirit saying, you're the one that is connected here to the divine, to your spirit team, your ancestors. They're trying to pull you out of this situation. So let's get some advice, because I'm running low on time, and I think the most important part of today's reading is to get you some guidance. You know what you're going through, right? You know if this is you. You know what you're dealing with, what you're living through is what Spirit's saying. So they want you to do something. They want you to take a step, baby, and trust that they're going to catch you. Even if you got to go to a shelter, that sucks, and it's hard, and especially if you got kids. It makes it even 10 times harder. But I'll tell you, my mama growing up, she went through abusive relationships, and I remember sleeping in our car. I remember having to go to a shelter. But I will tell you one thing, as tough as that was as for being a kid, like from a kid's perspective, I remember I was so relieved to get out of that environment that I didn't care that we were in a car. I didn't care that we were in a shelter. It was like an adventure, because I knew my mom was safe, and it was just like this big weight off of my little shoulders as a child, knowing that like I didn't have to hear the yelling and the screaming. I didn't have to witness the domestic part of it, the DV part, right? Like, so if you're worried about like, well, I don't want to take my children to a shelter, just understand that those little hearts that are witnessing this, even if they're not in the room, they're hearing you fight, right? They're witnessing this. That's the hardest part. That's worse on them than you having to uproot their life and take them to a shelter. Like, there's going to be the calm after the storm, but you got to take a step, Spirit's saying. Okay, they want you to take a step. And if you're saying that you're doing it you're scared to take that step because you don't want to put your children, in a shelter, or you don't know what you're going to do type thing, like, your angels will come through. When you take that step, God will put the angels in your path, that just like they did my mom when I was a kid, like the most random people would just show up with a helping hand. And you're just going to have to trust that, baby, because this cycle right here is if this is you, this cycle right here is not good for anybody. Okay? Yeah, see it as a new adventure. Remember, look, Spirit's confirming, yeah, it's all how you look at it. Your children, they're going to see this as an adventure, and it's going to bring them, it like for me, it was just this relief, this peace I felt more safe in the shelter than I did in the home, and it was relieving, okay? And so I don't know who you are, baby, but Spirit's telling you to see it as an adventure. But let me get you some advice. We're running out of time. Keep your mind open for helpers to appear, is what I'm hearing. Your angels will appear, but you got to first take that step away from this, okay?